Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Too Many Hobbies. I am your host, Brian Althorpe. Today I wanted to discuss having a home gym, the benefits of having a home gym, why I have switched to having a gym in my house, as well as some of the business stuff that's been happening the last couple weeks. So, kind of an all-intuitive episode, but stick around and let's get into it. So before I start on today's main topic, I just wanted to discuss some of the things that's been going on the last couple weeks. I've had a lot of business the last couple weeks with my little side business, doing some video and photos for different people. And I just wanted to thank everybody that's been inquiring about some photos and video, and everybody that's had me out to work for them. It's been a busy last 2-3 weeks, but it's been really nice to get out and kind of do some different kinds of work. I've been working with a circuit training company, doing weekly videos for them to post on social media, some photos for them as well, and recently I've been asked to do photos and videos at their other location, so that's been pretty cool. It's a really neat place to be doing photos and videos at. It's high energy, it's circuit training, something that's a little bit out of my realm as far as training. I don't do a whole lot of circuit training, but it's been cool to see that and think about things that I can incorporate into my own workouts going there. So, Jason, it's been nice coming by the gym and doing a lot of work for you guys. So, I'm excited to keep that going. We're going to keep doing that every week. And yeah, we're going to keep pushing through with that. I've been doing a little bit of real estate video as well. I had some video for weddings. I did a wedding for photos, did an engagement session, just a lot of different stuff that I've been doing. And it's been a lot of fun. Most of it's been after work, which has been made for some pretty tiring days, but it's worth it to get a little bit extra side money and yeah, just kind of expand the portfolio. So hopefully we can keep that going through the winter. With hunting season coming around, I probably won't be doing as many weddings, but hopefully that slows down through October anyway, so shouldn't have to worry about that. But these weekly videos that I'm doing, it's called Red Line Circuit Training. If anybody is interested in seeing the videos, they are on YouTube as well. They're on the Facebook page, and there's going to be clips and stuff from the videos that they're going to share on the story, so stick around for that. And those are going to be coming around the next couple months, so should be a pretty cool little project. And that was actually, I found that project through an online or on a Facebook page for Toledo, and it's been a nice opportunity that came my way. So you never really know what's going to come along, and now I've got a little reoccurring gig going on. So good stuff. But today, along the lines of the circuit training, I guess, I wanted to get into having a home gym and what I've found it to be beneficial for me, or the most beneficial for me. And yeah, let's get into that. So when I left my previous job in February, I had built a small gym in the warehouse up there with my coworker who he had bought home gym equipment. And instead of us paying to go to a gym during lunch, we decided to take a room in our warehouse and just kind of turn it into a gym that we can go at lunch and just kind of screw around, do some pretty minor workouts as far as like compared to my powerlifting training, I guess. But it's nice to break up your day when you're working from a computer, so that was really nice. But we had a pretty legit setup in there. We had a Titan power rack. We had 300, this is your standard 300 pound Olympic weight set. I had a Bowflex in there and a bike. We had 2 sets of power blocks, a treadmill, and we had some like free bar weights, like curl bar weights and stuff like that. But basically when I left there, he gave me his equipment because he wasn't using it when we were going out there. So I brought all of that stuff home and put everything in my basement with those square exercise mat that you can get anywhere. I got them off Amazon, and I got them pretty cheap, luckily. And so I have that. I have all of that stuff in the basement now. I already had a treadmill down there, and we had some regular dumbbells down there as well. And I have a bunch of resistance bands and like the little resistance bands that have the handles on them that you can get on like Amazon. I have a bunch of those too, and I've just been kind of adding to that collection. But especially when the whole COVID thing happened, I was able to still work out every day, even while the gyms were closed down. And I even had a couple of my friends coming over using the facility down there, and I deemed it Mallard Club Fitness just based on the hunting land that surrounds my property. And that wasn't really my idea, but some of my friends decided to call it that. And it's been nice having that in my basement because I hate driving back and forth to the gym, especially on the weekends. Like, I didn't work out on weekends solely because I didn't want to drive to the gym. So, like, my main benefit for having a home gym is saving time on travel. You know, when I leave work, I don't always feel like I want to go straight to the gym and work out, especially if my wife's working. I don't want to be driving to the gym, staying there for 45 minutes, and then driving another 15 minutes home, or 20 minutes home, depending on which gym I go to. And this way I can leave straight from work, come home, and if it's nice out, I'm not obligated to stop at the gym and feel like I have to work out just for the convenience factor of not having to drive back out there later. So this way, you know, I can come home, get stuff done, I can let the dogs out. But even if I leave and I do want to work out right after work, I can come straight home, still get the dogs out, and then I can go down in the basement and work out. And the difference of me going to the gym and working out at home is that my workouts are like 30% shorter. I mean, normally I'd be working out for like 45 minutes, and now I can get them done in like 25, 30 minutes. And I can still go just as hard as I was going at the gym. But the difference is I'm not waiting on equipment or like lollygagging in between sets. Like if I'm in my basement and I'm by myself and I'm playing music loud, I can get it done quick. I mean, even if I'm going on like a heavy bench day, I'll just hit heavy bench and then a couple accessories, and that's what I would be doing anyway at the gym. But I don't have any time in between sets, or I can take as much time as I want, but this way it kind of forces me to work a little bit quicker just because I don't want to be in the basement all night. But also, like, I can have everything set up. Like, I superset a lot more at home than I was when I was at the gym because I didn't want to take up any extra equipment while I was there working on something. I always felt like if I was supersetting that, most of the time I would get halfway through like a 4-set exercise or a superset, and like 2 sets in, somebody would come up and take the thing I was using anyway. It's like, instead of arguing with them, I just let them have it. But I don't have to worry about that at my house. I can set up everything and I can just go. And it's a little bit more relaxed. Like, even if I feel like taking 5 minutes in between a set or between lifts, like, I can just chill, and it's just way more laid back having your own gym. It's a big investment for most people, I guess. Like, I didn't have to pay for anything. I already had everything here, and the other stuff was given to me. But I mean, like, even those Titan power racks, they're only like $350. And if you can get that in an Olympic set, you're pretty much set. You might have to get like a adjustable bench, but I mean, just that right there, you can do so much with it. I mean, you can do body weight exercises on it. You can do everything. It's super nice to have. But I mean, if you think about it too, say that you and your wife or fiance or whoever, you're both paying for gym memberships. You're spending like $700 a year in gym memberships, where if you took $1,000, invested that right away, and you bought good equipment, you're not going to have to buy anything for 3-4 years. And that's even like on the low end. I'll probably get 5 years out of all this stuff in my basement before I decide, like, either I want to switch it or something breaks. But like, I'm not dropping weights on my basement floor, and it's all protected down there, so there's no reason that I would break anything. So I mean, I've spent maybe $100 on stuff for the basement now. I mean, like, I've bought hanging arm or like hanging ab straps to put on the cage to do like leg extensions and hanging leg raises and stuff like that. But like, aside from that, and then I bought 245s, but everything else was given to me. Like, I think 3 months ago I got a Rogue bar, and then I got 35s, 25s, and 10s all in like rubber plates that are all the size of 45s, like the training plates. And I didn't even need all of those, but the 35s are nice for doing like calf raises and stuff like that. So I kept those. But other than that, and then I have a leg press coming this weekend that I got as a thank you gift for doing a wedding, which is wild to even think about, getting a leg press as a thank you gift for doing a wedding video that you got paid for. But I'm not going to complain about it, and I was going to buy it anyway. So I've got that coming, and I just need to go get some more foam mat to put down in the basement for that. And I'm sure that I'm going to need more weight for that if I actually decide to do like heavy leg press. But for the most part, I'm just going to be using it for like single leg, and then possibly like super high rep leg extensions. I'll just throw all the weight that I have on there. It's not a big deal. But yeah, so the main benefit is the time. The second benefit is just the convenience factor of having it. I mean, I can go down there at any time of the day. I can go on the weekends. I can wake up and work out. Or I can wait until after I eat lunch. Or when I come home from work, I can do it right away. I can do something else till the sun goes down. I can work out while I'm making dinner. I've done that plenty of times. I've started dinner upstairs, went down, worked out, and just set alarms to remind myself to go back up there and change stuff over or do whatever. And I've even done arm workouts in the kitchen just by taking dumbbells up there and still doing sets up there. It's dumb, but it works. And it's just so convenient. You've got, with the equipment that I have down there, I can do any single exercise that I want. I have to get a little creative with some of them, but it's so nice to be able to just do anything you want down there. I mean, the Bowflex does so many different exercises, and that in conjunction with the power rack, you've pretty much got unlimited possibilities there. Then you mix in power blocks and resistance bands. It's just insane. There's not, for what I've got in the basement, I think I'd maybe be in it $800 if I bought everything separately. And I mean, you could buy used stuff too. I mean, half of that stuff was used when I got it, most of it, and it works completely fine. But just having your own area that you can go down whenever you want, like instead of recording this podcast right now, I could be down there working out, but I already worked out, so I don't need to do that. I could record the podcast down there. It doesn't matter. I could do whatever I want. And I don't have to worry about gyms closing. I don't have to worry about people being there. I don't have to worry about people talking to me and just making my workout twice as long for absolutely no reason. And while I do like talking to people every once in a while, I can just go to my powerlifting gym. And that's super nice because if I want to go really heavy, I just stop there on my way home from work instead of going to the other commercial gym that I was going to. And then I can still get heavy lifts in if I really want. But I've been taking it kind of easy anyway, so I don't hurt myself, because I have a tendency to hurt my lower back going really heavy. So I've been taking some time just trying to really get like my mobility dialed in and try and get some more like high intensity workouts as opposed to like heavy training workouts, which I mean you can argue that there's high intensity and heavy training, but I'm talking about like high intensity, like keeping your heart rate up for an extended period of time instead of 7 seconds to do a deadlift. And that's just so I can start to kind of trim down. Every year I go, I start kind of bulking up, then I trim down, kind of go through that cycle. And especially during hunting season, I don't want my body to be relying on the certain schedule of food, because there's times that I don't eat for 6 hours while I'm hunting, and I don't want to be out there miserable thinking like, oh, I should have had 3 meals by now. So I try and kind of dial that back before hunting season, just so that I'm not miserable. But it's super convenient, like I said, having all this stuff at the house. And even on the topic of hunting, if I was hunting last year when I didn't have all of this stuff here, I would have just come straight home, not worked out at all. But like even the last, was it 2 weeks ago? I did an early goose morning hunt, came home, ate, and then I went in the basement and worked out because I had taken off Thursday or Friday or something to do some photos. So that just gives me so much more flexibility, and I feel like I get more and better workouts working out from home, because for me to go into the basement and start working out, like I have to get myself mentally prepared. Like I have to go down there and give it everything for 30, 40 minutes. If I'm doing cardio, 50 minutes, an hour, whatever. And by getting myself in that mindset, it's the same thing as going into the gym, except half the time that I would go into the gym, I go, well, I really need to get going because I need to get home. But if I'm already home, I don't have to go home because obviously I'm home. So I don't have this like extra little stress of like, I have to get to the gym. Because at this point in my life, I've been working out since I was 12. At this point, it's beyond me wanting to go to the gym. It's basically engraved in my brain, like I have to go. I have to do it. It's part of my daily routine. And I feel terrible if I don't go. If I was to go 2 days in a row during the week, you might as well just shut it down, because it's just, my brain starts telling myself like, you're a lazy, good for nothing piece of crap, so don't even go the rest of the week. And I still go, but it's just the idea of like, I've made it part of my daily routine to go to the gym, but I don't want to go anywhere to go to the gym. So having it here is perfect, and I can do everything that I need to do. So beyond the benefits of having, of it being convenient and saving me time driving, it's kind of made me change the way that I train too. And coming from doing heavy powerlifting training for the last like 8 or 9 years, it's hard to kind of reset your mind to say like, well, you need to start doing higher reps, higher intensity. But that's kind of stuff that I wanted to get back into, that I was doing in like high school and stuff. So it's been nice to kind of change gears. And the fact that I don't have a ton of weight in the basement, which is probably the one downfall, is that I haven't been able to find a lot of extra weight, just because everybody on Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist feel like a 45-pound plate is worth its weight in gold. So they're selling them for $200 a piece. Well, that's not going to fly, because I'm not going to pay you $200 for a rusty ass 45-pound plate that you found in your barn that you've been using as a boat anchor for the last 4 years. And there's just so many people that think that, I mean, like, people were buying it. That was the terrible part, is during the entire COVID situation, people were buying that stuff up like it was going out of style. And it was because all the gyms were closed down. But then, I didn't see that coming, or else I probably would have bought a couple more 45s. But now it's people still think that stuff's worth that much, and it's like, oh, well, no, the gyms are open now. So we don't need to have all of this 45-pound, $400 for a set stuff going on. We can dial it back and get back to the normal price, which is, I'm going to give you $50 for a 45-pound plate. Take it or leave it. But once that stuff all gets back to normal, then I'll buy some more 45s. And yeah, I mean, aside from not having a ton of weight in the basement, like, that's pushed me to do higher rep sets just so that I get the same burn as I would if I was doing, 8 to 12s. Now I'm doing like 15 to 20. And that's with like pretty much everything, except for like bench, squats. I'm not deadlifting super heavy, but I am doing deadlifts down there. But everything is, I'm going a little higher rep, where I would be doing 365 for 5. I'm doing 315 for 8. And it's, it's not too much different, but I feel like all of my accessory work, as opposed to my big lifts, I'm focusing more on the accessory lifts than the big power lifts. So it's probably good for my body to kind of shy away from doing a lot of really heavy powerlifting anyway. But for most people that are going to build a home gym anyway, they're not concerned about heavy weight. Like, they want a place where they can, go for a bike ride and then come home and do some weight training, or do some yoga and mix in a little weight training. And that's what I also want to try and incorporate, a little bit more yoga equipment into my basement, just because I do a little bit of yoga from Yoga with Adrian on YouTube. So I think that that's super important if you're doing any kind of weightlifting, is working on your mobility. And like I said, there's a bunch of people that aren't going to want to have a bunch of powerlifting gear at their house, because number one, that's going to be super expensive to get all of the correct weights and the equipment for all of that. But your normal person with a 300-pound Olympic set isn't going to be too overwhelmed. They can pretty much do everything with that. So yeah, I think that kind of wraps up my benefits and like what I think of having a home gym. Hopefully there's some of you guys out there that do have home gyms, and you can kind of relate to what I'm saying. But I know that there's a strong band of us out there that are all about home gyms, and probably for the same reasons that I mentioned, having, not having to drive to the gym, not have to deal with people at the gym, You know, you can shorten your workouts, the convenience factor of it. Those are all super good benefits of having a home gym. And for anybody that's trying to play the long game, like you're gonna save a lot of money by doing that, and you can customize everything at your house the way that you want it to optimize your workouts. So with that, I appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure that you guys subscribe on iTunes and Spotify, so you get updates when we post a new episode. Leave a review. That's going to help out the show. People can find it easier if there's a lot of reviews. You know, let me know what you guys think. Follow us on Instagram and YouTube. I'm posting the videos now on the Too Many Hobbies page and on my personal page, Brian Althorpe Media. Brian Althorpe Media has a larger following, so that should get the attention of some more people out there. But thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll catch you on the next episode.